Hello, you guys. How are you? Okay, so I don't know how long this video will last, but let me do this. Is that I want to talk about don't retaliate. And so God gave me this today, and from out of Matthew's 5 and starting at the 38th verse. And it says, Ye have heard that it hath been said, an eye for an eye, and a tooth for a tooth. But I say unto you that ye resist not evil, but whosoever shall smite thee on thy right cheek, turn unto him the other. If any man will sue thee at the law and take away thy coat, let him have thy cloak also. And whosoever shall compel thee to go a mile, go with him too. Give to him that asks thee, and for him that would borrow of thee, turn not thy way. 43. Ye have heard that it hath been said, Thou shalt love thy neighbor and hate thy enemy. But I say unto you, love your enemies, bless them that curse you, do good to them that hate you, and pray for them that despitefully use you and persecute you. Why? 45 tells us that ye may be the children of your Father which is in heaven. He maketh the sun to rise on the evil and on the good, and send rain on the just and on the unjust. For if ye love them which love you, what reward have ye? Do not even the publicans the same? If ye salute your brethren only, what do ye more than others? Do not even the publicans so? Talking about the tax collectors. Be ye therefore perfect, even as your Father which is in heaven is perfect. Okay, so when I seen so many people, so many Christians, and I don't like to use that because it's been tainted, believers of Christ being destroyed for a lack of knowledge. Satan uses this against us. And it took me years to understand and realize that whenever somebody, and I want you to go back over and read this. I want you to go back over and read this, especially when it says, when he says, ye have heard that it have been said, an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. He said, don't do that. He's telling us a better way. Don't do that. I say unto you, love your enemies. Bless them that curse you, and do good to them that hate you, and pray for them which despitefully use you and persecute you. He's telling us a different way, a better way. Why? So that they may know that we are the sons and daughters of the Most High. Because when they were persecuting Jesus Christ, he said, Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. When they was beating him and whooping him, with the cat nine tails and the whip or whatever, and punching him and spitting on him and, saying all manner of evil things against him. And when they nailed him in his hands and they nailed him in his feet, he did not come down off the cross and slap them. He didn't in return slap them back or cuss them out. He didn't do that. Even when they was in the Garden of Gethsemane and the soldiers came to arrest him, Peter pulled out his sword and chopped off one of the soldiers' ear. And he told Peter, put the sword down, Peter. Because that's the flesh part of us. That's the flesh part of us wants to retaliate. The flesh part of us wants to send back all evil prayers and all evil fiery darts and all wickedness and all witchcraft back to the sender. But the Bible is telling us that we can't do that, because if we do that, nothing but a curse is going to come upon us, because that's evil for evil. The Bible says that you have heard that it have been said, an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. What he's saying is, you do it to me, I'm gonna do it to you. If you cuss me, I'm gonna cuss you. If you slap me, I'm gonna slap you. If you do something dirty to me, I'm gonna do something dirty back to you. If you got an attitude with me, I'm gonna have one back with you. If you don't call me, I ain't gonna call you. If you talk about me, I'm gonna talk about you too. It's an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. But he's telling us not to do that. In 44, he tell us to love them. So you got to send love back in return. Instead of a curse, send love back in return. Instead of, and domestic violence is not okay. I don't care who it's coming from, whether it's coming from your children, whether it's coming from a spouse, whether it's coming from a family member, a stranger. It's not okay. But you will know those situations that God will protect us. And if he don't, just go about your business, pray for those people, remove yourself from up out of the situation as quickly as possible. You got to run from trouble, because you don't want a curse coming on your life. You don't want anything to hinder your life. And so this is a major way that Satan, he gets us. He gets us with ignorance. It's because it's so normal for us to go around and say, you did it to me, so I'm going to do it to you. If you said it about me, I'm going to say it about you. If you slap me, I'm going to slap you back. God, we'll come against, but God will protect us and remove yourself from out the situation. You can't send these prayers back. You can't send, whether it's sevenfold or tenfold or twofold. You can't do that, because nothing is going to come upon your life, but a curse is going to come upon your life. Why? Because you're sending back evilness, evil with evil. You're sending back evil with evil. Listen, I can't tell y'all how many years I have been just embedded with sorcery, witchcraft, whether that's from a person that just did not absolutely like me and was jealous of me for whatever type of reason, that just hated me for whatever type of reason, or whether that was a person that loved me, had this lust for me, a person that desired to have me, and couldn't have me, and then they went to the root worker or the obel worker or the witchcraft worker, whatever, to seek them to cast a spell upon me. Whenever I would give money to false ministers of the gospel, that they would take